I just want to take a quick moment to thank every single person that is a part of Team Duran, to thank every single person that helped out in the process of the whole fight. The first person that, of course, we're going to go ahead and thank is, Vinny and Zena for being, his hardcore team since day one. It is an extreme honor to have Vinny pass, 5-time world champion. He says it all the time. He has the tattoo. My brother does an amazing impression of him. It's so funny. But it's an honor, I know, for him. He doesn't talk much. That's why I'm doing all the talking, because he doesn't talk much. But I know it's an honor for him to have Vinny in his corner, because Vinny was one of the greatest fighters of all time, along with his dad. And Vinny has so much love and respect for Rob's dad. He really does. He talks about him all the time. Vinny says that Rob's dad was the only man that's ever hit him the hardest. And Vinny, fought his dad twice. So to hear so much love and respect, from Vinny is such an honor. He's amazing. And he keeps saying that him and JD, they're going to be the godfather to the baby.
It's a blessing to have Vinny in my corner, man, because I never in a million years would I ever think I'd be here with that man to be doing what I'm doing now. And it's thanks to God,
Yep, and that's why everyone keeps labeling them as the real Creed. And what's funny, babe? I was actually watching Creed 2 on the plane.
Yeah, I saw you.
No, not back home. I was watching it
on the way there.
On the way there by myself. And when I was watching this movie, I was like, holy cow, I feel like that girl. And it's funny, in part 2, she's pregnant. So I said, I guess we're in part 2 because I'm pregnant. She's pregnant in the fight. So, we want to thank Vinny for everything and all he's done. Vinny really doesn't have to do everything that he does for Rob, but he does it with such a great heart. He flies in to come and train him, privately. Him and JD, they're so amazing, and they really love this guy with all their heart. And to see, genuine people really care about you and want to see you do well, it's so amazing. We also want to thank Zena, which is Superwoman, literally. She carries she carries and juggles so many other famous people's career. She's a part of so many projects.
She's my big sister right there.
She's a full-time mom herself, and it's a lot. But she loves this man with all her heart, and she just wants to see him win. She cares about us so much, and we love and appreciate her for every single thing that she's done, because she's helped take Rob's career to the next level, and we appreciate her for that. We also want to take the time to thank, his coach. I think you pronounce his name Javier. I always call him Coach. Javier and Gerardo, his cut man. These people,
unfortunately, they couldn't be there.
Yeah, unfortunately, they couldn't make it because they had to handle, business. They do have other fighters that they have to handle, but they love Rob with all their heart. They've really been working with Rob for over how many years, babe? About 3 to 4 years.
I've been with Coach for a while.
For a long time.
3.5 years, something like that, yeah.
For a long time. And he's seen Rob progress so much. Coach told me that when you first went there that you were a hot mess, and he's shocked how much you've progressed.
I was primitive. I was really primitive.
In such a little time, and I've seen you progress in such little time from when we first met to now. I've seen you progress tremendously. So we want to thank them because, they really believe in him, and they put all their heart and soul into getting him ready for his fight. We want to thank his fellow boxers, all his friends that take the time out to spar with him, to get him ready for the fight. I also want to give a shout out to my uncle AJ. He's the man. He loves Rob. He's really always checking on Rob, in his corner. If Rob needs to go to a gym,
me, always texting me.
Yeah, if Rob, he drives me crazy, but he's family. If Rob needs to go to the gym late at night, he has so many connections and he makes it happen.
Shout out Uncle AJ, man.
Yeah, Uncle AJ, you the bomb. So we want to thank those guys. I want to give a special shout out to Dr. Rodriguez. That is a doctor that I used to work for. He's more than a doctor. He's like my second father. And this man has always cared about me, since I've worked for him, and we've always kept in communication. And he loves Rob so much. When Rob was worried about cutting the weight, the doctor ran tests. He's like, man, you're perfectly healthy. You have water weight to burn. There's nothing wrong. All you need to do is eat protein. And Rob listened and got it done. And that doctor is amazing. I recommend everyone to go see him. He's one of the most amazing doctors to exist on this planet, because he's not only a chiropractor, he's also a medical doctor. He's a professor. He's an acupuncturist. He's done it all. He knows how to put your chakras in line. He knows how to do everything. He's amazing. He's been doing this for over 30 years.
Shout out to him too.
So
Dr.
I want to
Rodriguez,
thank him
man.
for that. Also, to end all the shout outs, I just want to thank every person, that is a part of the Team Duran. The RX Water, his sponsors, man.
For sure. Harry,
these guys,
David, and Tony, man. Shout out RX Water, man.
These guys are absolutely amazing. Oh my gosh. They literally, genuinely have so much love for Rob, and they just want to see him succeed. And to see them in his corner, making sure that he has everything he needs. They paid for a full new gear. They paid for jackets for all the cornermen. They are absolutely amazing. And let me tell you something. I'm not saying this just because they're Rob's sponsors, but before they became Rob's sponsors, they used to send us water. And right. I told Rob,
they were already looking out for us.
This water is amazing. You guys have to try it out. It's one of the most amazing waters I've ever tasted in my life. And it makes you feel so clean, so light. It's alkaline. It's the best water there for you. It doesn't have all these chemicals that they use to bleach these waters and to do all this stuff. It's amazing. So check them out, because they have a lot of great, huge things, going on. So last but not least, I want to thank Dave. Dave, I don't know how to say his last name, Wojcicki or something like that. Something like that.
It's weird.
We want to thank him because he's the one who made all this possible, with Starbucks. And this guy is amazing. He drove 2 hours to pick Rob up from the airport. Oh my God, the amount of love that he has, it's so blessed to see, Rob, he grew up in a very rough life. A lot of people think because of his last name, Duran, that he grew up with the silver spoon in his mouth, and he really didn't. He was born with it, but he didn't grow up that way. Rob was raised with his mom,
grandparents.
And his grandparents. So he didn't grow up with his dad, in his dad's household, He grew up with his mom and his grandparents. So he had a very rough life. And to see, all the people have so much love for him, and to just see his life change, it's amazing. And to see all his friends that he grew up with, all his family, his second mother, his third mother,
my whole hood and
all these people drove 2 hours to come see this man fight. That just shows you how much love they have for this man. I was so happy to meet them. It was just amazing. So